One day I saw a worm on the sidewalk, making its little way across the pavement. And I thought, man, it's gonna get stepped on the concrete. I need to save it. So I took out a credit card, and then a second credit card, and used those to scoop the worm up, to dump it in the grass in a nearby yard. It started flailin, fidgetin and twitchin, pitching a conniption fit like it thought I was a pigeon. I watched it convulse and twist and thought, what kind of pathetic defense is this? Honestly, has it ever occurred that a squirmin' worm has deterred a determined bird? And I shook my head as it jerked and thrashed, and then I set it down in the grass. So, I say you're welcome, worm. Both for moving you to safety and for letting you think your flopping scared me off, thus allowing you to escape me. You must have felt like a bad mamma jamma kid, tougher than Rambo in his bandana did. Worm, you're welcome for letting you believe you were the Jean-Claude Van Damme of the annelids. Oh ho, you're welcome, worm, you're welcome, worm. Oh ho, you're welcome, worm, you're welcome, worm. I was deep in these thoughts as I walked on, chuckling condescendingly, and I didn't look both ways as I hit the crosswalk. I just stepped out non-attentively, and then I barely escaped being struck by a truck, but I was hit with an epiphany. I had laughed at the worm fighting against fate, but could I control my destiny any differently? Till then I'd been thinking that I was in a different league than the pink little guy, but I now had more than an inkling that either of us could be crushed in the blink of an eye. Whether by a pair of Nikes or a bus, tomorrow isn't promised for either of us, and although we're dissimilar, we're the same too. Then the truck honked and I came to, and I say thank you, worm. You showed me humility. Yes, your vulnerability reminds me of my mortality and fragility. And now I'm doing what I can to rid myself of an ego as big as a gigantic squid. You enlightened me, worm. You are the Siddhartha Gautama of the annelids. Oh ho, I thank you, worm. I thank you, worm. Oh ho, I thank you, worm. I thank you, worm. So that's basically the end of the song. But ladies, I will say that I am recently single. So here's a few takeaways for you. First of all, I'm kind and sensitive. I care about animals. 2, I'm deep and philosophical. And 3, I have more than one credit card.